motherfuckers. Here's an update. I haven't updated in a long ass time. I've been working my ass off at work and out here on these weekends on these cars. There haven't been really much updates because I've been working hard. This is the AC harness. Don't worry about this shit. But the engine harness is in. No, don't worry about that shit. That shit has to go tucked in there. But it's almost completed. And P has to come and do the intake for it. This side, as you can say, is like 80% completed. Everything is already ran. It's the wrong sensor for the fucking connector. I gotta see if I have that one in stock. Everything is loom and braided on the harness. Shit goes here. On the harness, everybody say, how do I keep everything clean? That's not clean, but you know, it's gonna get clean. But everything gets run into the interior of the car. Let's see if I can show you the little one. This little one is the light harness. This is the engine harness. The engine harness goes through the inside of the car. Let's see if I can get you a feel right here. That one. The engine harness goes in and through the inside of the car. The inside of the car, it goes around and it ends up at the starter. Now let's show you the inside view of it. Everybody asks about that harness. How do I do it? So from the inside of the car, it's this one right here. The column comes here. The column goes straight up. So you go under the column, or you can go over the column. And you can see it goes in there, and it goes behind the heater box, and it goes straight to the starter. And the engine harness from the LS goes through the same hole, and it comes out, and it all gets tucked in that corner. There's no the computer's inside the car. The fuses for the engine is inside the car. Everything's inside the car. That's how I do the harnesses, and it makes the engine bay look cleaner. We still gotta put the dash on this motherfucker. I was waiting on the harness, the engine harness, because without the engine harness you can't fucking put the heater box. Without the heater box you can't put the dash. So it's a process. It's engine harness, heater box, dash, and then your Dakota. That's how that works. And P has to come and do the intake. I don't know how he's gonna do it, but I don't know. He's the mastermind of that shit. He figures something out. And then he has to do the radiator cover. To cover the radiator. So we're waiting on him to come and do that. I still gotta finish all the AC stuff. All the shit that goes inside the AC box. Wired it up. Connected the lines. And yeah, I gotta put oil and shit so we can have a first startup. Yeah, I'm gonna see the first startup on video once we finish all the wiring and shit under the dash. And the update on Baca's car. I haven't been really recording on this. It's mostly taking pictures of it because I've been really busy. Like I said, on work. K-member is in. Motor mounts in. This one is gonna go old school Chevy. Has a 383 T56. So we're still waiting on some parts for it too. Still waiting on the coilovers. The rear end is done. Just waiting on the coilovers too. I gotta put in the tank, run all the fuel lines, and yeah, that's about on this one. This one is gutted too. On this one, we just waiting like the AC stuff and heater stuff, so I can put the heater box back in there and clean up the wiring under the dash, and it should be ready to be done on the inside on this motherfucker. But yeah, that's been all the updates. Working my ass off, no days off. Work Monday to Friday at work, and work Saturday and Sunday on these motherfuckers, these piece of shits. But on this one, the brakes are done, suspension is fully torqued down. I just have to fucking put grease in all the joints and shit, and that should be it. It needs all its fluids, you know, coolant, oil, trans. The diff is fully sealed and fluid in there, and it should be ready to go. I say by the end of probably not this week, I want to say next week, if everything aligns together. You know, Mickey comes into his intake and they drop off all the fluids for it. It should be ready to go. So I'll bring it in back when it's almost ready to start, so y'all can see the first start of it. And I'll bring it back in when I fucking finish the dash, so y'all can see the dash once it's done and installed, and see how clean it's underneath the dash. Alright, motherfuckers, see you on the next one.